Hey guys, it's Dave from Talking Wolves. Big up to Chris from the Redmen, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Diogo Jota and his imminent move now to Liverpool. Quite a surprise, really, to come out of nowhere. As a Wolves fan, obviously keeping my ear, close to the news. There was nothing before Friday that indicated this move was possible or close. Like Wolves with most of our deals this window, within 24 hours there'll be a rumour and it'll happen. So all of the moves have been very, very quiet, done very efficiently. In terms of Jota going, I think, he's a very, very good player. Unfortunately for Wolves, his good games don't come as often as his average or bad games. He has been quite inconsistent over the last couple of years, but still scoring a good amount of goals. I believe he was our second top goal scorer in all competitions last season, sorry. But Klopp can expect a pretty good player in Diogo Jota. In terms of how good he can be, I think the world is oyster, really. His ceiling is very high. I think it's just up to him now to put in the consistent performances to reach that sort of level. And many Wolves fans even pointed out at the start of last season, we thought he was going to be player of the season. Raul Jimenez took that again, as he has done over the last couple of years. But I think a lot of people were disappointed with Jota's performances, but he still had a very decent return. In terms of where he would play or where he has been playing, he's very comfortable as a left winger, an attacking left winger in a front three, or as a forward in a front two as well. So I think as a backup option, I'd assume, for the likes of Salah and Mane, I think he'd be very, very capable there. Or even as a striker in the middle, with the way that you guys, all of your front three sort of move around and roam, I think he'd be a very good player. In terms of what he's capable of, he's very quick on the ball. He's deceivingly quick. He's so hard to tackle. And when he's on a move for Wolves, driving the ball from deep, defenders found it so hard to tackle him. He would win fouls quite often. And just a very aggressive player. Loves to get stuck in. Great work rate as well. And he just needs, at times, that little bit more confidence to make the right decision, whether that be a killer final ball or whether that be a finish or shot on goal. Sometimes, in a number of games last season, it just took him a while to make that decision and pull the trigger, maybe taking a touch too many at times as well. In terms of last season as well, he had a very good record in the Europa League. I think if Liverpool want to use him a little bit more in European competition, I think, Europe was where Diogo found his good form. He struck 2 hat-tricks last season in the Europa League. And overall, a very, very good performance in that. For the club as a whole as well, I don't think many of us expected the amount of games that we had last season to get as far as we did. And Diogo was a part of that. Fortunately for him now, obviously, he went down the pecking order slightly for Wolves. But I think he's going to be a very, very good acquisition for Liverpool. And although the fee, I think, is a decent amount for both clubs, I think the deal represents good value for both clubs. I think for Wolves, 45 million overall, if we're ignoring the sort of instalments and how the payment is going to be done. 45 million overall for Wolves is good value for a player that is probably third or fourth choice as a winger now. But for Liverpool, for the player he's still only 23, Diogo Jota, for the potential he still has and the ceiling that he could reach, similar to the Sadio Mane's and so on, he could, if he hits the ground running at Anfield, you could be seeing 60, 70, 80 million pounds plus for Diogo Jota. And I think that's what plenty of Wolves fans saw and thought over the last couple of years. He's left us many very good memories at Molineux. He scored some great goals in the FA Cup against Manchester United. It was one of my favourite goals in recent history, really. The crowd was unbelievable that day. Against Aston Villa, he was the exact same. So he almost always knows when to score at the right moment for the fans and for the football club. But Wolves fans will wish him all the best. But I think at this current moment in time, it's very good value for both clubs, I feel. But guys, thanks a lot for having me on, of course. You can see Chris, he gave his thoughts on Hoover, is it? The young defender on our channel at Talking Wolves. But I really appreciate you guys having me on. And best of luck to Diogo at Anfield.